Most men try to win women with gifts, looks, or charm, and that's exactly why they're forgotten. But Machiavelli saw deeper. He recognized a darker truth. The aim isn't to be liked, it's to be unforgettable. Not by flattering her, but by shaping how she feels in your absence. In this video, you'll learn 9 ruthless psychological frames inspired by Machiavelli. Ways to trigger obsession without begging, flattering, or performing. Watch closely. Once you understand this, you'll never play the game like the average man again. There's a line of thought Machiavelli left that many dismiss because it is uncomfortable. It is safer to be feared than loved. At first, that sounds cruel, the sort of thing villains claim. But look not at what people say, but at what they do. Watch how women behave around different kinds of men, and suddenly that phrase starts to make sense. Love is warm and soft. It's comforting and what we all crave. But when it is always present, always given freely, it loses weight. It turns into wallpaper, safe, taken for granted, forgettable. That's where most men fail. They believe giving more will make her value them more. The opposite happens. What is freely given without challenge carries no power. Enter fear, not the violent, petty kind, not yelling or control, because that's weakness dressed as strength. Real power is quieter, strict boundaries she senses without a word. He doesn't shout, he doesn't argue, he simply steps back. The silence teaches lessons words never could. This man does not chase, he does not plead, he allows absence to do the work. When she feels his absence, the stakes change. If she realizes he won't break his own rules to keep her, the game is over. She knows disrespect risks losing him. That uncertainty flips attraction into obsession, not because he gave more, but because he was prepared to give nothing when his values were crossed. This is fear not of the man himself, but of losing the man she can't control. Here's the secret. Most women aren't obsessed with being loved. They're drawn to the man who doesn't need their love to be whole. They chase the man who can walk away. They respect the one who does not fold. He wasn't cruel. He was immovable. He held standards that weren't negotiable. Machiavelli didn't reject love. He taught that respect must come first. Without the risk of loss, love becomes lazy. The deepest desire grows from what you're willing to remove, not what you hand out. Machiavelli also insisted it's not necessary to be good, it's necessary to appear good. That single idea breaks the childhood myth we all swallow, that kindness and honesty alone will command respect. The world doesn't see your inner truth, it sees your presentation. You may be loyal and principled, but if you show up with weak posture, shaky voice, and anxious energy, people will sense little worth. Attraction is not a list of facts, it is perception. It's what she feels in your presence. She's not analyzing you, she's scanning your energy, how you walk, how you speak, how you respond to pressure. So, image is power. This isn't lying, it's framing. Humans respond to what feels true, not always to truth itself. If you don't control your presentation, someone else, her emotions, her past, her biases, will. What to do in practice? When uncertain, stand like a man who is certain. When anger rises, speak with controlled fire. When the urge to chase surfaces, do nothing. Stillness is power. Mystery is magnetic. Reveal 80% of yourself and let the rest remain behind your eyes. Her imagination will do the rest. Mystery spawns desire. People don't chase what they completely understand. Every woman will test you. She pulls away and returns, cold, then warm, saying one thing and doing another, all to see if you break. Most men panic, explain, apologize, and thereby hand over their authority. Machiavelli's blueprint is simple. Be both lion and fox. The lion embodies power. He doesn't chase or explain. He creates boundaries through stillness and presence. The fox is strategy. He doesn't take the bait and keeps his hand hidden until the right moment. If you are only lion, you burn with rage and seem unstable. If you are only fox, you charm without backbone. But the mix of both, strength in stillness, cunning in calm, makes you unpredictable and irresistible. How to apply it? When she tests emotionally, be fox-like. Observe, don't react. When she crosses a line, be lion-like. Not with fury, but with immovable presence. That unshakable silence says, "This is my boundary," and she respects it. She won't know how to play you because you don't play. You watch, you wait, you act when it counts. That's not noise or aggression, it's a quiet authority that leaves a trace. Machiavelli's oldest law, divide and conquer, works inside the human mind as well. You don't control someone by direct force or argument. You introduce a small, precise crack in certainty. When a woman feels completely certain, she's grounded and closed. Your goal is not to demolish her beliefs, but to seed a tiny doubt and let her mind do the rest. You do this with subtlety. She says, "I hate jealous men." You smile and give a calm, unexpected reply that creates a small hesitation. Her brain begins to spin. What did he mean? Was I wrong? That tiny friction opens emotional space. When she's torn and curious, her emotions stay unclosed, and your influence grows. Reward and punishment must be timed like a surgeon. Machiavelli said injuries should be inflicted all at once, benefits given little by little. When a boundary is crossed, act cleanly and coldly. Distance, silence, withdrawal, no drama, no pleading. The absence stings because there's nothing to push against. Alone with her thoughts, she begins to replay and question. When she returns with warmth, reward in small, rare doses. This unpredictable timing is addictive. Like a casino, the uncertainty keeps her playing. A Machiavellian man watches behavior, not body. He notices how she speaks with respect versus when she feels controlled. He catalogues postures, vocal shifts, and the moments when she drops her mask. He doesn't interrupt. He observes. Then, at the right instant, he delivers one calm line, precise, unemotional, and impossible to ignore. That moment reorients her reality. She doesn't feel flattered. She feels exposed and seen. Control through absence is the final weapon. Constant availability makes you predictable and forgettable. Vanish without drama, and you become unforgettable. The void you create makes her mind louder. She fills it with you. She reconstructs your presence as something larger, colder, more powerful. A ghost she cannot shake. But absence only works if your presence once carried weight. Return unfazed and calm. She will greet you not with anger, but with curiosity and fear, because she knows you could walk away at any time. This is not mere cruelty. It is psychological contrast. Give warmth, then remove it. Give presence, then create shadow. You become the turning point in her story. Not her boyfriend, not the fling, but the moment she could not ignore. Emotional memory shapes desire, as Freud suggested, and Machiavelli taught how to control narratives. You don't force her, you restructure her world. If this struck something inside you, type the word control below. One word, no explanation. It tells me you are not here for entertainment, you are here to steer. Subscribe if you want to go deeper. What comes next will not simply teach you to win attention, it will teach you to become a man who does not need it. Stop chasing, stop explaining, start commanding her mind. Watch till the end and learn the 9 ruthless frames that make you unforgettable.